Well, I just wanted to come on here today and talk about a few things. First thing I wanted to say was you got to be the best version of yourself for you. There's a lot of people out here who think they have to be something they're not for other people, and realistically, you don't have to do that. You just have to come out here and try to be the best version of yourself for you every day. Only person you compare yourself to is you from the day before. If you've grown even a little bit, that's all that matters. Specifically, what I'm talking about in my experience was the gym. It saved my life. Probably about 10 years ago, I was around 295 pounds and I was going nowhere in my life. And I pretty much thought to myself, well, if I don't change something within the next 5 years, I'm not going to make it to 40. So I have to do something now. And just took it one day at a time. Started trying to change my daily habits to become the best version of myself. And fast forward about 10 years and I'm still growing. Right now I'm about, I'd say 189 to 190 pounds. So I've dropped about 100 pounds of weight and I'm still going. And who I wanted to say this to is everyone out there who is living in Doomerville now, with no hope. Because in order to master the world, you got to master yourself first. So I'm here to just say, put in the work to be the best version of yourself. And I know there's a lot of people on YouTube and other platforms that, they started out like skinny fat or just skinny and they were able to bulk up or just lean bulk and put on some muscle. And I wasn't that guy. This video is for everybody who's 25, 50, 75, 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight that's looking to change their life. I'm here to tell you that it can be done. And just depends on how much try you have, because you can do it. I'm here to tell you and say that you can. It's not going to be easy. I'll be the first person to say it's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of work. And it's going to take consistent work every day, years of consistent work. But time is going to go by anyways. If you're 20 years old, 10 years goes by in a blink of an eye. You will wake up one day and you will be 25, 35, 45. It's going to happen. There's a lot of benefits that come from being the best version of yourself, Women, friends, jobs, careers, family. People just respect you more. They see the work you put in, and with the diet, in the gym, with your lifestyle, because a lot of things have to change, but, you do have to put in the work. I'm not going to sit here and, bullshit you and say that, oh no, like everything's going to be fine and, you can just eat, do whatever you want and drink and do whatever you want. No, that's not the case at all. Like, unless you're genetically gifted, which I'm very average genetically, it's like I have had to put in a lot of work, and that's most people, None of that other stuff matters, though. There's a lot of things in this world you cannot control. You can control what you put in your mouth. And you can control if you go to the gym 3 to 6 days a week. And I don't think 6 days is pushing it, to be honest with you. And that's doing cardio on top of that. But if you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you're not happy with what you have to make a change. Otherwise, you're just going to sit and cope with the consequences of your actions. Like, that's, who wants to live that way? You just look in the mirror and feel like a piece of crap. Like, that's not good either. You know, when you sit and you look in the mirror, other people look at you and you're like, I bring the best version of myself every day. At least you can say that, you know. And not even to talk about women, but then, you know, that's an added plus too. And I'm not even sure if that's something you want or not, because it seems like most people nowadays, well, especially, you know, men, have just kind of checked out of the, you know, dating market. And I don't know why. If you put in a little bit of effort, even in just into yourself, you're going to be better than 95% of the men out there. It's not very hard. If you pick up a few hobbies to make your life more exciting, you're going to draw people into your life that you never even thought you could. That's men and women. That's also with friends. That's just, it's something just about being a man that I don't think a lot of people are told about now. It's, you have to be battle tested through life. You have to go through things in life to be competent so that people respect you. And at least from what I've seen in the last, I don't know, 14 years, I'm 34 now. It seems like we need more competent people now more than ever. It doesn't seem like there's very many out here. So please, you know, keep persevering, keep pushing, and just have a little bit more try than the guy you were yesterday, and things will be better. I promise you that. I promise you, you will look in the mirror and you will see changes in 3 weeks, in 4 weeks, once you get your diet dialed in, depending on your weight and your body composition and what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. Me personally, I knew I was a big guy. I had to cut the weight. Like, I was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack by the time I'm like 38. I'm not gonna make it. So, but I've always loved lifting. It's always been something I like to do. So I tried to slim down and build muscle at the same time. It hasn't been the easiest thing, you know, but it's definitely changed my life for the better. Now I work out 5 to 6 days a week, and I would never change it. It's taken me from, you know, some of the worst times in my life to some of the best times in my life, and that's just controlling what I do with my actions and just controlling how much time I put in the gym and what I put in my mouth. And yeah, I track my calories, I track everything, I weigh everything out. I don't drink a lot of soda, I don't drink juice. If I do drink a soda, I drink a zero. If I drink a juice, I drink a zero Gatorade. I make the smart choices to maintain my lifestyle, and that has to be done. Because if you don't do it, you're gonna wake up and you're just gonna be spinning your wheels, and you're like, man, I haven't lost any weight. And weight doesn't fall off linearly, you know. You'll gain a pound here, lose a pound and a half, lose 2 pounds here. It doesn't just drop off the scale like that unless you've got a significant amount of weight to lose. But if you're below 20% body fat, it's not just gonna come off the scale like that, you know. And there's a lot of people out here that think they have to lose, you know, less weight than what they really do, when most people are walking around at like 25 or 30% body fat. It's like, no, you're gonna have to realistically drop at least double of what you're thinking, maybe even more. It's like me now, I've been on a cut for 2 months, and I probably got to go another 6 to 8 weeks still to get to where I want to, which is about 180 pounds, and I'm about 189 right now. So, but we've all got to make that choice And we've all got to say, okay, what do I want to be in this life? And then we all got to go from there. But that's a conscious decision you guys all have to make. But I'm just here to tell you, you can do it. You can. Thank you for watching my video.